Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Wonderful. Right, we're here, we're awake, and we're ready to go. Ambassador Peter Shah Lilan, Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan. Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Simon Kieser Beach. Rotary District 7070 Assistant Governor for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Past President, District Governor-elect, for District 7030, Mr. Brian Glasgow. President of the Rotary Club of St. Vincent, our own Mr. Daniel Campbell. Delegates, specially invited guests, members of the media, those joining virtually, fellow Rotarians, friends, welcome to our virtual launch. Welcome to our launch this morning in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment of our Breast Cancer Awareness Project. Good morning to those who just joined us. We are here, as I said before, for the launch of this Breast Cancer Awareness Project, which is a two-part project. One is a global grant that was granted in June 2022 of a US $182,182. Did I get that right, Ambassador? Around there, yes. And also a donation of 40,000 US from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of China, Taiwan. Now, both of these grants come together for us to be able to bring this project to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The first grant is a global grant, which is in collaboration with Rotary clubs in Taiwan, Rotary International, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, as I said before, in Taiwan. Now, this all started with a simple telephone call from the embassy, and which immediately was followed up by a meeting with our ambassador, Mr. Peter Shah Lin. Now, present at that meeting was DGN Brian, who is now our district governor-elect, and also then President Janelle Allen and myself. This set the foundation for this project and for us being here today. I must say, then President Janelle, took the baton and ran with it. Hard work and dedication from both her has brought us here. The embassy and the people and the Republic of China and Taiwan, dedication to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and our well-being. Janelle's hard work round the clock, blowing up everyone's phone at 2 o'clock in the morning and whatever hour she's up. I don't know that she sleeps. I wonder if she sleeps. This grant actually came into fruition just before she demitted office as president. However, our president, Daniel, has supported her since taking office. And to both of them, I say, this is true demonstration of service above self. Thank you both. Janelle, when she gives her remarks later, will actually go into the details of this project. And we will be executing this in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and the Environment. Rotary, in carrying out a number of its projects, work with people in the public sector and in the private sector. And we cannot carry out a number of these projects without their collaboration and without their support. And we thank the ministry and Dr. Keza Beach for working along with us, and everyone, the Oncology Center, everyone who has supported us through this journey. A Herculean, a Titanic, I don't know what word to say, this collaboration. I don't think the United Nations could put together such a collaboration to bring this project to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Right. The embassy, the ministry, Rotary Club of St. Vincent, Rotary clubs in Taiwan, Rotary International, all of us come together to assist, to bring this project for the benefit of women in our communities and, by extension, the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Before I yield the podium to our first speaker, I would like to first tell you a little bit about Rotary. We are 1.4 million members strong and about 46,000 clubs worldwide. We work together on humanitarian projects for the benefit of members in our communities, and our charitable work include the environment, peace, conflict resolution, disease prevention and treatment, maternal and child health, water sanitation and hygiene, economic and community development, basic education, and literacy. I'm going to test you all on this later. I didn't tell you all this. There's a test later, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, this project spans 3 of these focus areas: economic and community development, disease prevention, treatment, and basic education and literacy. Sounds like a lot, but it's just 3. IPP Janelle, as I said, will elaborate, and our president will speak further. While speaking on these projects, will also speak on our other projects that we as the Rotary Club and Rotary family have and are still working on within the community. So, without further ado, and so that I don't bore you too much, and we get to the meat of the matter, I would like to welcome, and before we go any further, my sincerest apologies. We should have started with an opening prayer because we must bring God into everything. But through my absolute excitement, I continued. But let us please stand for the opening prayer. And I am going to call on, and this is what we do in Rotary. We normally call on persons to bring a prayer. So I'm going to call on our dear Rotarian Secretary Felicia. Sam, as Felicia is busy there with the technical, to bring the prayer to us. Thank you.
Let's bow our heads. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the gift of life. We thank you for waking us today, this morning, a privilege which has been denied to many. We thank you for our partners in this initiative, without whom today would not be possible. We ask for your blessing on these proceedings, on this project in its entirety, on all stakeholders, as we persevere to make this project a massive success, saving lives in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Most of all, Lord, we pray for courage for the families and persons to come forward and take full advantage of this initiative as we aim to save lives within SVG. Thank you, Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Rotarian Sam. And while we are standing, can we please have the national anthem?
Okay, good morning, everyone. As we are already standing at attention, I am pleased to play our national anthem of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. No, I would not be singing.
Okay. Thank you. You could be seated. I'm sort of disappointed that Fel didn't sing, but next time around. So without further ado, I would like to invite to the podium for opening remarks Sister Sandrina Hamilton, who is the ward manager of the oncology department. Sister Sandrina with us. Ah, there you are.
Thank you, Ms. Mag. Protocol already established. A pleasant morning to everyone. And thank you, Rotary Club, for having me today to represent the oncology department at the Modern Medical and Diagnostic Center. Cancer in St. Vincent is a matter of concern, and we not only, the Modern Medical and Diagnostic Center not only treats breast cancer, but we also treat other cancers. However, breast cancer is the leading cancer that is treated at the facility. And each week we receive possible cases to be diagnosed or confirmed cases that are diagnosed at the clinic in Modern Medical and at the clinic at the Milton Cato and Memorial Hospital. At the Modern Medical, the cancers that are treated are breast cancer, endometrial cancer, colon cancer, prostate cancer, cervical cancer, squamous cell carcinoma, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and Hodgkin's lymphoma, multiple myeloma, and mantle cell lymphoma. And throughout the year thus far, as the year is not completed as yet, we are still in November, we would have treated 60 patients. And among those 60 patients would have been the various cancers that I would have just mentioned. However, 35 of those patients are breast cancer patients. So that alone can tell you that that breast cancer is the leading cancer that is being diagnosed based on our treatment center, and we are not covering private facilities, and patients may be diagnosed and may not come to the center to be treated. They sometimes migrate or they go to private facilities. And with conversation and speaking to the pathology lab, Dr. Child will have identified that yes, breast cancer is the dominant cancer being diagnosed based on the pathology reports that he receives. Some of our patients that we treat, sometimes we have patients who are diagnosed at very late stages, and that is the matter of concern to us. that the patients come to the facility with the diagnosis and staged at a stage 3 or a stage 4. And that makes it very difficult for the cancer to be treated, for us to treat the cancer and the prognosis of the patient as well. So we are still having patients weekly that are being diagnosed, and we'll go through the process of the counseling and the additional workup, as we may say, other things that we do to prepare the patient for the chemotherapy. And sometimes we lose patients, sometimes we win some battles, and we have patients who are in remission. At the center, we do our best to work with the patient, to support the patient, and we integrate the support with their families and the counselors to help the patient fight cancer together. So the facility will continue to do our best at the facility. The doctors and the nurses and the administrators will continue to do our best at the Modern Medical and Diagnosis Center to support the patients diagnosed with breast cancer. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those remarks, Sister Sandrina Hamilton. I'm sure most of you and everyone here will agree with me that cancer is a terrible scourge in our country and throughout the world. And as much as we can do to help with the prevention of cancer, particularly breast cancer, which we know is quite treatable once caught at an early stage, as a Rotary Club, we are so happy that this project is here and it's going to happen. And part of it is actually the purchase of a mobile unit that will reach into our communities where ladies are sort of either don't have the wherewithal, or they can't get to the hospital, or they are afraid to go to the hospital. I mean, I myself sometimes don't even want to go and do a mammogram, but just because I know that I need to do it, I go and do it. So I know that there are many, many ladies out there, many, many women out there, and men, by the way, that do suffer with suffer from breast cancer and diagnosed too late. And we are so happy to be here to bring this project. Now, as I said before, I mean, this lady, I just don't know what to say about her. She doesn't sleep. I have newfound respect for her as our past president of the Rotary Club of St. Vincent. All hours of the night, and our president Danielle is there encouraging this too, that she must be messaging me at 2 o'clock in the morning, or messaging the rest of the club at 2 o'clock in the morning, work. Absolute fantastic work ethics, and she has brought that to the Rotary Club, and we have benefited from that. And it is my pleasure to ask Dr. and our immediate past president, I don't even know how to say that, Janelle, to the podium to give an overview of the project. Thank you.
Thank you, IPP Annette. Thank you. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. So happy to see you all here with us this morning. If you may, please permit me to adopt the protocol that has already been established. Today is a very special day for us at the Rotary Club, in the Rotary family, specifically the Rotary Club of St. Vincent and the Rotary family in Taiwan. This morning, we are launching the start of our breast cancer awareness project, which is funded through a global grant. So I'll give you some background as to the context, how we got here, why we're here, and what we hope to achieve, okay? So last year was my presidency as Rotary president for the Club of St. Vincent. And the kind ambassador approached our then immediate past president, Annette, with an idea, an opportunity rather, that was presented to us as an opportunity for project funding in collaboration with a club in Taiwan. Like she said, we jumped on it, we got in contact with the club, and we immediately started discussing ideas. Now, Rotary has 7 areas of focus. Some of you may not know, but I'll just give you a background as to what those areas are. We focus as a family internationally on disease prevention and treatment, on basic education and literacy. We're also very interested in peace and conflict resolution, the environment. We're looking at also community and economic development. We look at water, sanitation, and hygiene. And we also look at, there's always one that I miss. Which is it? Thank you. Maternal and child health. So those are the 7 areas of focus. So when we're thinking projects, we typically like to focus on a project in any of those areas. So we got to thinking and we thought, what would be very impactful in our local context? Certainly, disease prevention and treatment jumped up as a four. And we got in touch with the CMO to find out what were some of the needs of our local health sector. Where can we assist? And the conversation got started. We thought about non-communicable diseases, and we eventually came down to breast cancer. And so, of course, heads knocking together, great ideas began to flow. And we thought, what about making it accessible for females and males throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines to be screened? Because, of course, we know early detection saves lives. So the idea came that we should try to purchase a caravan that would go out into the community, and persons don't have to come down to Kingstown to get screened. But then we thought, rather than a caravan, which would come with all other, costs, etc., maintenance, why not get some mobile ultrasound screening units? And so we developed the project proposal, and we thought, but it's not just enough to do equipment. We need to also educate our females and our males to ensure that they understand the importance of screening and early detection. And so this 2-part project was birthed. We did a proposal, submitted it, and we were very excited when it was granted, to the tune of $183,183 for the procurement of equipment that will deal with screening, and for the education campaign, which is something that is ongoing. So that's the 2-part component of this project. It is, in the instance of the project lifetime, a 2-year project. So the funds would be spent in that 2-year period. But that doesn't mean it stops there. The intention is that once we roll out this project, that the Ministry of Health and the Environment would be so empowered to continue, and the females and males throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines would have the awareness of the importance of screening and early detection if necessary, okay? We know that mammograms are advised for females 40 and over, except if you have a family history. So a lot of females in the 30s and the 20s, we think, not yet. But with early screening, we're able to catch anything, and it doesn't have to be breast cancer, but any disease that could be treated before it is too late. I think we're losing too many of our females, too many of our citizens, period, to cancer. And I think Rotary has done an excellent job in stepping in to help us to fill this gap. And certainly we anticipate it will go a long way, because over the course of this project, we hope to reach thousands of Vincentians, not just on mainland, but throughout the Grenadines, in hard-to-reach rural areas. We'll tap into the networks that we've built with the churches, the communities, other social groups, to ensure that we reach persons where they are, so they don't have to come down to Kingstown, they don't have to pay transport, they don't have to find the money to pay for mammography services if necessary, but we will get to them wherever they are, and that's the beauty of the ultrasound equipment. It's handheld, it's mobile, so with the help of our health team and the Rotarians on board, we will find persons where they are in the communities to ensure that everybody gets screened and has access to those screening services. So this is what we're doing, and as a result, we've also invited a few citizens who are non-Rotarians, I like to call them friends of Rotary, to be here with us this morning, because the education and awareness campaign has to go beyond just Rotary. It has to be spread throughout our community, and we have lots of social media influencers among us who will do their bit in helping to raise the awareness and to spread the awareness that we're looking for to get the word out there. So this morning we are very excited to launch this project, and in addition to that, we're also privileged to have received US $40,000 compliments the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Taiwan, to go towards the training of medical personnel locally. So we have equipment coming in, we have to build capacity. So to this extent, local medical personnel, welcome, good morning, welcome, we're happy to have you. We want to take a moment to acknowledge and welcome Miss SVG 2022, Miss Jada Ross. Thank you for being here. All right, so this screening is accompanied by the training of medical personnel. So our healthcare professionals also have an opportunity for professional development through this project, complements the government of the Republic of China and Taiwan, and we're very, very grateful for this. So we owe many thanks today to Rotary International, to the clubs and the districts throughout Taiwan, to the ambassador and his staff, the Republic of China and Taiwan, and to you, our local citizens, for partnering with us, the Ministry of Health, for partnering with us to ensure that today's activity not just is a success, but also the entire project and the execution of that project. So thank you, everyone, and we appreciate you being here.
Thank you, IPP Janelle. I also want to recognize the presence of our ADG, Shafia London, and past president. Thank you, Ms. Ross, for joining us this morning. It's so good. You look lovely in pink. Thank you. Okay, so the marks from our past president, immediate past president, Janelle. Something that just struck me that she said a while ago is that we are losing too many of our women to cancer. And, you know, as she said, awareness. It's not just women, it's our sisters, our mothers, our aunts. We're just losing too many of them. And, you know, you heard her passion. And that is the passion that our club also, and the Rotary family, and also the Rotary family of Taiwan is bringing to St. Vincent and the Grenadines to bring awareness. And as such, we also have a number of influencers here with us. Women, again, you know, doing the work and bringing awareness to our community in respect to this very awful and dreaded disease. Needless to say, persons with cancer cannot do this without the support of their family, their friends, organizations. And as a result, today we have invited Dr. Giselle Miller from Scorch, which is a support group, to bring remarks on how they are supporting persons with cancer and their family members. Thank you.
A pleasant good morning to everyone. Please allow me to adopt the protocol already established. One person dying to cancer is one too many. And in St. Vincent, we have really had a difficult time as it relates to responding to cancer, breast cancer, and numerous other types of cancers, as you would have heard from Sister previously. The Scorch Cancer Support Foundation was launched in 2014 on the heel of my mother dying from cancer, lung cancer at that time, and with the help of Dr. Simone Kieser Beach, our CMO, and the support of the Ministry of Health, we were able now to have this Cancer Support Foundation that would give help and assistance to numerous persons. We do not focus on one area of cancer. We do not focus on breast only, but we also focus on any other type of cancer. And persons who would access support from Scorch would receive psychological counseling and emotional support. We offer spiritual guidance and support as well, because we know in St. Vincent we are people of faith, and this is one of the areas that persons use as a coping mechanism. Financially, over the years, we would have given assistance to hundreds of persons in the thousands of dollars. How do we raise funds in Scorch? A lot of the funds that we get from within Scotch is given to us from the assistance of persons like Rotary, FCIB, different stakeholders. When they have an initiative, they would then give it to Scotch, and we would give the funds or make it available to as many patients as possible. Because of the number of persons who would access help and support, we have a cap ceiling of $3,000. Now, $3,000 EC may sound like an exorbitant amount, I don't know, but it's really not in the light of cancer. When we think of cancer treatment and persons going overseas to access care, 3,000 EC does not say much and does not do much. And the only reason we can give 3,000 is because so many persons at different times would access the assistance, and we do not have enough to spread. So we have to go as far-reaching as possible. And when we see initiatives like this, it really warms our hearts, because it means other persons are coming on board and recognizing the importance of actually getting in the fight against cancer in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So I really want to congratulate the Rotary family, St. Vincent and Taiwan. Thank you very much for this project, and it is our hope that as you go further afield in the area of prevention, that we'll have less persons, succumbing to cancers, and we'll be in a better able to really fight against this very dangerous, I don't even know what the word to use to describe cancer, but when you are really dealing with it from a personal level and a professional level, it really hits hard. And one of the things that really changes you over the years, even as we give the support physically in terms of the money and the emotional support, when you have to hold a family's hand at a funeral, it changes everything. Your whole outlook changes. So I really want to encourage everybody to be in collaboration and give as much support as necessary to this very important initiative. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Miller, for those very inspiring remarks. I must say, I heard you say that the cap on your amount that you give to persons is $3,000, and really is truly definitely not enough. I don't know, I'm sure all of us here at some point in time have had a family member that has had cancer and has had to have treatment, and what the expense to that family. I mean, President Daniel, I am seeing another phase of this project. And I'm putting you on the spot right now, okay? But yes, the support is, the continued support is absolutely necessary, and I think we as Rotary, as the Rotary and the Rotary family, do need to take these words to heart that Dr. Miller has brought to us here this morning. As I said before, we can't implement these projects without partners in the public sector and the private sector. And this morning we do have two of our partners here will give remarks. And Dr. Simone Kieser-Beach is no stranger to anyone. We have heard that name over and over. She has done amazing work throughout her tenure, and most recently during the COVID pandemic, and she continues to inspire, and she continues to work hard, and we are so happy that she and her team at the Ministry of Finance, sorry, I know her. Sorry, that's my ministry. At the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Environment, have been working along with us and supporting us. So I do welcome Dr. Simone Kieser-Beach to give her remarks. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Ambassador, stakeholders, Rotary, Ministry of Health. Yeah. Good morning. I really wish we were the Ministry of Finance, because health is expensive, but disease is more expensive. So it's always better to stay healthy than to have to correct, okay? So let me just go back to my little prepared speech remarks. It takes a village to raise a child. Your health is a shared responsibility. United we stand, divided we fall. Alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. If everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. These are but a few of the phrases or sayings which acknowledge the strength and wisdom of working together if success is your goal. Today I'm pleased to represent the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment, one component of the team which is working together to reduce the number of persons, typically women, who die from breast cancer each year. We in the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Environment welcome the offer by the Rotary Club of St. Vincent and the Rotary families in Taiwan. In October, I went back and I checked through my WhatsApp to see when Dr. Allen texted me. It was back in October 2021 to partner with them to implement a program which at that time was broadly aimed at reducing NCDs, non-communicable diseases, in St. Vincent. Initially, they were interested in diabetes in particular, but after going through the different programs we currently have, the funding we currently have, we identified existing gaps, as Dr. Allen said, and we settled on breast cancer. Breast cancer, because, as everybody has been saying this morning, it is our #1 cancer killer of women in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. According to the statistics we have, 30 women die. Statistics we have, 30 women die per year from cancer, approximately. That's too many. St. Vincent is only 110,000. And as we have been saying all along, this is a woman who is a mother, probably, a sister, a friend, a homemaker. There is a tremendous impact when somebody suffers and, even worse, dies. I always remember when my mother died from lung cancer in 2013. I stopped saying, I know how you feel, because you never know how you feel. It's a devastating, life-changing thing. All right. We also compare that to 8 women per year dying from colon cancer and 5 from lung cancer. So just think about that, 30 against the others. To tackle breast cancer, however, most successfully, we need to reduce the chances of it happening through healthy living or by catching it so early that we don't have to go to get the $3,000 from Scotch. We have to get it early, okay? And to do this, we have to do screening. This breast cancer awareness project will seek to empower our young women, our older women, our girls, and their families and friends and communities by helping them to better understand their risk for breast cancer, showing them how they can reduce those risks, and by bringing some of the tools of early detection to them, the screening. And I made a little note on the side. We have to get into the habit of screening, the habit of early screening, and not just that we say, okay, we're going to do this breast cancer program, but our health promotion staff is here. Our idea is that you increase the awareness of the need for healthy living and early screening for everything, whether it's diabetes, it's cancer, or whatever else. So we need to develop that habit of screening. Through this partnership with the Rotary Club of all of the women and girls, men and boys, because as we said, breast cancer affects men also, we all know that, across St. Vincent will have access to some form of screening for breast cancer. As we know, the mammography is the gold standard, but that is normally recommended later on. But if we are offering the ultrasounds early on, so somebody who's 25 and maybe has a little lump which turns out to be benign, but they're getting into that habit of examining and screening and coming to get a test. So we're building in them that habit of early screening. So people would have the opportunity to have this screening done where you live. One thing we learned during our battle with the vaccines for COVID is that persons are happy if you come to their doorstep. Actually, if they come into your living room, they're happy, right? And bring the message right to them. People don't want to come out. So the closest we get to the person's home, to the individual, the greater success we have in delivering that message. All right? So we're going to go into the communities, into the clinics, into the playing fields, into the churches, so that we reduce these barriers. Somebody might say, oh, it just takes $5 to take a van to come to town. But that's not the only thing. You have to make the appointment. You have to call, come make the appointment. You have to get time off to come in. You have to wait for a long time. So if you can cut those barriers down by presenting yourself to the client, you decrease the delays in screening. So the scan itself, as I said, is only part of a comprehensive awareness program, which will be supported by our Able Health Promotion team and in partnership with everyone else, so that we can build this program out, so that by the end of the 2 years of the financing, this breast cancer awareness program would have been fully integrated into our breast cancer prevention program. We at the Ministry of Health are also particularly excited by the potential for this project to allow for the Ministry of Health to bring to your doorstep or to the client's doorstep other preventative services. So these services might include, as I said, we have the men who suffer from prostate cancer screening just by changing the probe on the ultrasound. These ultrasounds have breast probes, but if we got probes for prostate cancer, we could get to the people and switch the probe, and so we now have a prostate cancer screening program. And that's what I really love about this project. The capacity to expand is great. We have 48 men dying from prostate cancer each year, even worse than breast cancer. And we know in a lot of our, even in a lot of our households, even though a lot of them are run by women, a lot of them are still run by men, and the men still contribute significantly. So you see the potential, you see why we're so excited, all right? Other probes can also help in obstetrics and gynecology. So for example, instead of somebody, you always hear, we in health would tell you that by the time the nurse writes up the request for the ultrasound, the baby's born already. Yeah, so if we could, if we could get these scans done in the communities, that would help us. Also ovarian problems. We are a population with fibroids. Ultrasounds of the pelvis can look for fibroids. So the scope is amazing. Right? So, on behalf of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Environment, I'd like to thank the Rotary Clubs of St. Vincent and Taiwan, the Embassy of Taiwan, for joining with us and with our clients, the women and girls of SVG, to share the responsibility of creating an awareness and equipping this village of St. Vincent to ensure that we reduce the suffering and devastation of breast cancer in St. Vincent. Thank you, and we commit to building a sustainable and successful breast cancer awareness project by building this team. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Keyser Beach. I don't know about you, but those figures to me are definitely alarming. And timely project. Definitely great news to hear that it is a project that is expandable, that can be adapted to screen for other types of cancer. Dr. Beach, you forgot. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Right? And this collaboration, an absolute must, and we are so grateful that we are here and it is actually happening, and that we can bring this mobile unit to our communities, to our women. And not only that, we have to remove that stigma of going to screen for both prostate cancer and breast cancer. And again, I thank our influencers who are here this morning, and we have a lot of work for you. We're going to be working you. All right. Ambassador, we are so happy that you made that phone call way back in 2021. We are so happy to be here. We are so happy to be collaborating with you and the Republic of China on Taiwan. Again, a demonstration to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines of what friends you are to us, and how much your government and yourself and your embassy care about us. And we look forward to hearing your remarks this morning. I welcome you to the podium.
Should I use this one?
If you want to, but
Okay.
I'm hearing you.
All right.
So you.
Good morning. I know there's a protocol already being established, but I still like to, as a diplomat, I still want to call on some of the partners that have walked the way all the way with us on this very important project. Firstly, of course, is the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Simon Kizovich. And then I just learned your new title, the District Governor-elected, Brian. And of course, the two previous President of Rotary Club, SVG, Dr. Janelle Allen. I didn't see you. Oh, you're standing over there. And of course, Eddie Mark. Of course, I saved the best for the last. Our current President, Daniel Campbell. I'm not calling others, including the Miss SVG, because you're not in the first meeting. So, but I would like to say that it's my great pleasure today here to participate in the launching of this project, because I'm here on behalf not only my embassy, but also the Rotary Club of Taiwan. Everybody can read your rundowns. There are a lot of them there. It's not only one Rotary Club, but many of them. It's a collective effort from the Rotary Taiwan Club, and also, of course, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Taiwan. I can sum up my remarks in 3 first evers. Now, this project is a milestone. Firstly, I think this is the first ever cooperation project between the two Rotary clubs, between Taiwan and SVG. Although we have already had 41 years of diplomatic ties, I believe this is the first one that the two Rotary clubs work together. Yes, we should definitely give us a big round of applause. I remember I just arrived last year in August, and I got a phone call from Taipei that our Rotary Club is thinking about finding a strategic partner among our diplomatic allies. I want to show you how competitive it is. So it's not automatic. So we, of course, reach out to Rotary Club SVG. And as the previous speaker said, there were a lot of meetings and discussions, and including from the assistance from the Ministry of Health. So we finally came up with this great proposal, and we were able to beat all other competitors. So we are the only one selected for this cooperation with the Taiwan Rotary Club. So that's the first accomplishment. Now, the second one, I believe this is the first ever grassroots public health cooperation in between St. Vincent and Taiwan. We already had a lot of cooperation, G2G cooperation in terms of public health. But I think this is the first ever that we bring in private sectors, bring in public sectors, and everybody works together, come up with a proposal, and we are going to implement that together. And the best thing is we are going to reach out to the community, because with the mobile unit of the ultrasound, we're going to go into the community instead of all the doctors sitting in the hospitals waiting for the community to come back to them. I think this is a more effective way of doing the screening, as all the speakers mentioned. I look forward to go on the right, some of the right in the future, if I have time. So I think this is also a very important milestone in terms of the reach out and public health. And I'm also glad to hear that Dr. Simon, you just mentioned, is also benefit the men, because I want the influencers to clear up my reputation, because after the Women Empowerment Project, now you have the breast cancer. I'm starting to get a reputation. I'm only benefiting the woman in SVG, but now it's benefiting the men. I'm glad to hear that. Now, the third first ever, which I think is the most important. A lot of people knows me, but you probably don't know that I have a master's degree in public health. So you probably will have the first ever Taiwan ambassador with a public health background to support this program. So I think with these three first evers, we are looking to have a very successful program in ahead. As we mentioned, this is $183,000 US jointly applied for the mega global grant of the Rotary Club, and then our Ministry of Foreign Affairs chips in, and there's another $40,000 US for the trainings. So I look forward to all the implementation phases. I will be there, and I will see you once again. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador, for those remarks and for pointing out those 3 milestones for us. We really appreciate that. And to also know that you have a background in public health. So, Dr. Simon, you will be calling on him for more often. Okay, very good. All right. So I feel good about this project. I'm sure you do. And I figure we need to just give ourselves a round of applause, everybody here, just for being here this morning. Right? And you know what I think? It is so great. It is always good to carry out or to implement a project, but it feels even better when you implement a project that can be this impactful in our community. And I mean, I just feel good. And it's Christmas, so I feel great too. Okay, so as you would have heard, that there are 2 parts to this grant. There was the major global grant, and there is also the $40,000 that came from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs from the Republic of China, Taiwan. And we do have a signing of this record between our president and the ambassador, and that is going to take place off to the side, right? To make this official, for us to really get the money now. So I will welcome you both to please go off this, and Secretary, are you going to initiate? Okay, thank you. You all needed a proper pen then.
Oh, sorry, we have a nice band over there.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Now, before, yes, I would like to have President IPB Janelle join, and Dr. Simon Kizabich and DGN, AG Shafia. Come on up, please, to be part of this photo. Can I get you all in the photo? Don't be shy. Just my picture.
You're always in front of camera.
Yes, Brian and actually balance each other with the blue. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. So, thank you for that. I would just like to acknowledge Tequila Ross as one of our influencers, who is, see, men, please stand. Of all the women influencers, thank you for being the sole male influencer. We need this. We do need to see more men doing this work. And right, see? Thank you. Okay, so saving the best for last, as the ambassador said. Our President Daniel took up. You want the video first? Okay. All right, so I was just told no. But, we're going to, sorry, President Daniel, you're going to have to hold those remarks, stick up in there, right? We have a video. Can we? The lights.
Dear President, Daniel of Rotary Club of St. Vincent, Sir Hamilton, Ambassador Peter Land,
Michelson, the chairperson of Rotary Club of Taipei Prosperity, and the immediate past governor of Rotary International District 3523 in Taiwan. It's my honor today to speak some words to you in the launch ceremony of breast cancer awareness project in St. Vincent and Grenadines. On behalf of 30,000 Rotarians from 11 districts in Taiwan and the Rotary Foundation who donate monies in this meaningful project. Our community assessment report indicates that women in St. Vincent and Grenadines suffer breast cancer a lot, and the mortality rate remains very high. And we further found that there is only one fixed ultrasound machine available locally. It's really not sufficient for breast cancer screening. Therefore, I, as governor of Rotary International District 3523, last year, 2021 and 22, initiated the breast cancer awareness, education, and the screening project. Thanks to the big hearts of my fellow governors from another 10 districts in Taiwan and the big support of Rotary Foundation, we raised funds of 180,000 US dollars to buy 3 mobile ultrasound machines and provide awareness education for the prevention of breast cancer. I'm very grateful that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Embassy in St. Vincent of Republic of China, Taiwan, are willing to further donate 40,000 US dollars to provide international medical personnel training on top of our 100 80,000 donations. Their additional donation make this project even bigger and provide more helpful service for the people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Finally, I would like to recognize two important persons. Firstly, immediate past President Angel Rao of Rotary Club of Taipei Prosperity and immediate past President Janelle Allen of Rotary Club of St. Vincent for their huge helps and the time spending to get the approval of the Rotary Foundation and move this project forward. Thank you for listening. Wish we all have good health. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I would just like to pick up from where the past governor, right? Immediate past governor left off, and I just would like us to put our hands together again for Dr. Janelle Allen for all of our hard work on this project. Right, so I'm going to change this up a little bit. Our President Daniel is supposed to give with a vote of thanks, but I don't think we can actually end this session without hearing from him and having him speak. So I'm putting him on the spot to please come and give us some remarks before. Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
Ambassador of the Republic of China and Taiwan, Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Simone Kieser-Beach, District Governor-elect, Mr. Brian Glasgow, and past President of the Rotary Club of St. Vincent, immediate past President Janelle Allen, Dr. Janelle Allen, past President Annette, Assistant Governor Shafia, friends, representatives of the Ministry of Health, Sister Hamilton, Ward Manager of the Oncology Department, influencers, friends, representatives from the Embassy of the Republic of China and Taiwan. I just would like to say today that I am almost beyond words, although that might be hard for past President Annette to believe. I would just like to say that today is a special day in the history of the Rotary Club of St. Vincent. I am very proud to see so many persons in front of me who I know are going to have a deep and meaningful impact on the communities in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I see the recently crowned Miss SVG. I see the first runner-up, Miss Shadden. Happy to see you both. Sorry, I see all the influencers here. And it struck me, a comment that Annette made, past President Annette, that we're losing too many of our women. And that's one of the reasons I get behind this and every other project that supporting our women and reducing the chances of someone suffering or dying from breast cancer or any other cancer in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The Rotary Club of St. Vincent has a 51-year history of community service in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We currently have over 38 members and looking to increase membership pretty soon. And I would just like to say that it's really a shame that we couldn't give more in this instant. But as past President Annette put us on the spot, I would like to say that I think it's fair to say, and we have discussed in our meetings, if I could disclose that, we have discussed in our meetings that women's empowerment, as it is a pillar of the Rotary Club International and the Rotary Club of St. Vincent, we will seek to make breast cancer awareness and all activities that go towards eliminating and reducing cancer in St. Vincent and the Grenadines as one of the main priorities of the Rotary Club of St. Vincent going forward. I would just like to say that, Ambassador, you don't have to worry. I think tomorrow is International Men's Day. Is it? Today? Is actually today? Oh, well, look at that. You know, I was very pleased when the CMO said that this breast cancer unit is versatile. And actually, when I saw the specifications of the mobile breast cancer, the mobile ultrasound units, I actually sent them off to my brother-in-law, who's actually a radiologist in Jamaica. I think you know Dwayne Chambers. You may or may not know him. But he's a radiologist. He has practices in Jamaica. And I just wanted his opinion, you know, what do you think of these units? And it took a while before he responded to me. I was a bit nervous. And then he came back and he said, that's the cost for 3 machines? I thought for a while, oh my gosh, I'm getting ripped off. Nah. He said, that is probably the best value for money you're going to get anywhere in the world for 3 mobile breast cancer treatment units. Sorry, mobile ultrasound units. He said the equipment looks fantastic, the specifications all check out, and that's great value for money, and try to get more if you can before they change their mind. So, no pressure, but let's see where we go with this program and how we could increase the effectiveness of this program going forward. As the ambassador stated, this is a public health program, grassroots initiative, private-public partnership. That's what Rotary is all about. Coming together, helping the community, and going forward with, you know, regardless of any background, regardless of any affiliations. Going forward and assisting the community. The things that we highlight or that we see highlighted on a daily basis, it just strikes me that, statistically speaking, it's more likely for a man or woman in St. Vincent to die from breast or prostate cancer than anything else, really. It's among the top killers of men and women. And if we could do even a little part in reducing that chance, I think we would have done a lot. Right? So, are we still going to show the video? Yes. All right. So, I will save my official thanks for later, but I just want to say as well that this is not the only project that the Rotary Club of St. Vincent is doing. We have several other initiatives that we are currently executing, and such as we have projects such as a water irrigation project for farmers that we are currently raising funds for, partnering with the district in Ohio, and we want to help at least 100 farmers on mainland St. Vincent as well as the Grenadine island of Myro. We have projects that we I'd like to say we have yearly fundraisers. Sorry for this impromptu plug, but we have in our annual Christmas barbecue on the 3rd of December. The price of the tickets is $80, I think. And $20 for the children. It will be at the Coconut Grove Beach Club. We have tickets available here, just in case you were wondering. Yes, we're making it a family event. It's going to be a dinner, basically, a dinner and concert. Local artists, live bands, all the works. And that just shows you the commitment. We've been having that barbecue for what, Brian? Over 20 years?
Before my time.
Before your time, that's about 50 years. Sorry. Okay, no, we've been having that barbecue, and this goes to raise funds. We have been really supporting we've been really into the community. I'm happy to see Tequila Ross behind there. He knows the commitment we had following the volcanic eruption, and many persons here, he was there every day. And we were running about 3 warehouse locations, and many past President Annette was very active in that initiative as well. And we're still doing volcano relief projects, and we also donate wheelchairs. So just in case, we have over 100 wheelchairs that we want to donate all before Christmas. Right? These are great wheelchairs from the Wheelchair Foundation that we partner with in Florida. We had 250 plus wheelchairs initially, and we want to get them all out by Christmas. You know, anybody who needs a wheelchair should not have to pass this Christmas without one. So help me fulfill that challenge of donating wheelchairs. We're about to donate some to patients in the mental health and Louis Burnett facility next week. So we'll work together with the CMO and other private individuals. Don't leave here without asking for how you could get a wheelchair for somebody in need. All right, so I don't want to delay the program. Let me let the host Annette take back over. Thank you.
The T3300 ultrasound is BenQ's new generation portable color ultrasound system. It is easy to carry and put in your backpack. Therefore, you can start scanning anywhere and anytime you want. By touching the screen, you can quickly operate this device in any occasion, even when putting on surgical gloves. Besides, the T3300 has a splash-proof screen, so you don't need to be concerned about spilled blood or fluid during an operation or treatment. This device has high performance, power on and power off ability. It only takes 30 seconds to turn it on and 3 seconds to shut down. Furthermore, its built-in battery capacity supports up to 1.5 hours of continuous usage. The BenQ T3300 offers color Doppler, power Doppler, pulse wave Doppler, continuous wave Doppler, and needle enhancement functions. It can be used in all kinds of clinical applications, including MSK examinations, ICU, critical care, general imaging, and many others. The BenQ 3300 ultrasound system is portable, convenient, and stylish. It's your best choice for both hospital and clinics.
Short video on the state-of-the-art equipment that will be donated to the ministry. So all good things must come to an end, but this is only the beginning for us, because we have so much more work to do in the implementation of this project. So you're going to hear a lot from us, you're going to hear a lot from the ministry, you're going to hear a lot from our influencers, and you know, we're going to bring the awareness, and we are going to touch the lives of so many women and so many families within our community. Ambassador, you stated that it's looking as though it's all about women's empowerment. Well, women's empowerment, in my opinion, once you empower our women, healthy women, happy men. Isn't that correct? Healthy women, happy men, happy children, happy community. So by all means, keep empowering our women. Okay, so I'm going to ask our president. Okay, before I do that, we do have a presentation of, thank you, President Daniel, our president of packages to certain members, and our immediate past president is going to do the presentation of these packages of appreciation. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so like we mentioned, we understand the power of social media and generally of others outside of Rotary helping to spread the word when we have projects, etc. So we've asked a few of our notable social media influencers to be present with us this morning, and we're grateful that they are here. I'm going to, at this time, do a presentation to a few of these persons who are present and some other members among us. Starting with the CMO, of course, as a token of our appreciation, we'd like to present you with a package. And it can present it.
Oh, Anna? All right, so Anna can present that.
All right, Dr. Simone Keyser Beach, thank you very much for your support and for all that you do. All right, Miss SVG 2022, Miss Jada Ross, thank you for being here, and thank you for partnering with us as well. And the first runner-up for Miss SVG 2022 is also here, Miss Shadden McLean. Shadden McLean. And Shadden is also a student nurse. Thank you. All right. Now, Assistant Governor for District 7030 is here with us. We don't often have her, so we're very pleased to present her with one of these packages today. She is Mrs. Shafia London Williams. Miss Michaela Knights is also here. Michaela is a teacher at the St. Vincent Grammar School, quite influential on social media, and we thank you very much for sharing with us. We also have entrepreneur Miss Karen Vera, who is many things in addition to a social media influencer, champion of women's causes, entrepreneur. We'd also like to make a presentation to Sister Edwards of the Ministry of Health, Community Nursing Officer. Who will also be trained. Thank you, Sister Edwards. All right, one of our male influencers is here today. He is Mr. Edson Ross, otherwise known as Tequila. Thank you, Edson, for being here. No? Should we? Okay. I'd also like to make a presentation to Ambassador Lan. And Ambassador, if you may, we'd ask that you stay to do the others following yours. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you so kindly. We'd also like to make a presentation to Dr. Miller, Joselle Miller, President of Scotch, one of our leading cancer support groups, or rather the cancer support group nationally. Thank you, Dr. Miller, for your remarks earlier. As well as Sister Sandrina Hamilton, who is the ward manager at the oncology department at the Modern Medical Complex. And finally, we'd love to present to Miss Shanika John, who is a health promotion officer, very influential, very helpful in this entire project and coordinating. Thank you so much, Shanika, for assisting us in organizing today's event.
In the future, when I travel into the community, I see her, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I would also share with the members from the health promotion unit who would be involved in this job.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you.
Thanks all.
And like I said, I promise you, this is not Lord of the Rings Part 3. This is finally the end. And like I say, all good things must come to an end. And we're going to ask our president, again, I'm going to tell you, President Daniel, as big in stature, big heart, welcome him to the podium to give the vote of thanks. Thank you.
Right. Good morning again. But protocol having been established, I'm going to now thank the persons on the protocol and much more. First of all, the Rotary Club of St. Vincent acknowledges with gratitude the following partners who have been integral in the planning, funding, and execution of this initiative. We'd like to thank the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Taiwan, the Republic of China and Taiwan, and the Embassy of the Republic of China and Taiwan. Thank you so much, Ambassador. Ambassador Peter Charlie Land. None of this would have been possible without your initiative. Thank you for not putting your Master of Public Health cap on the seats. Thank you for picking it up and having an interest and seeing this through. We would like to specially thank those who could not be here today. Let me start by thanking them as well. The Rotary Club of Taipei Prosperity in Taiwan. And past President Enso has also been extremely influential. For those of you who don't know, we have a WhatsApp group going off almost every other day, meticulously planning all of these initiatives. So thank you very much for these Rotary clubs. The Rotary Club of Pington South of Taiwan. I hope I didn't butcher that pronunciation.
Perfect.
Thank you very much, sir. And the Rotary Districts 3461, Rotary District 3482, 3510, 3462, 3490, 3521, 3470, 3522, 3481, 3502, 3523, and District 7030. No, we're not playing Lotto today. You cannot use any of those numbers in your drawers. Although we have Miss SVG here. Right? But thank you from the bottom of our hearts, really, to all these Rotary clubs for the first international collaboration between Rotary clubs in Taiwan, the Republic of China and Taiwan, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Thank you so much. We thank Rotary International for eventually being the ones to select us on this global mega grant By the way, this is the largest grant, unless DGE corrects me if I'm wrong. I don't think there's a higher tier of grant that you could get from Rotary. So this is it. This is the jackpot. This is the mega lotto. I don't think we've ever been the recipients. That's another force for you, Ambassador. Okay. I don't think we've ever been the recipients of a global mega grant, as far as I know. Thank you from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Environment of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and all your representatives here today. I see my former teacher here. Thank you very much. It's just so good when life comes full circle like this and you could work together in collaboration. I see the nursing student first runner-up here, and the nurse. Was your dean able to make it? Is she here? Oh, but she had every intention to make it, the dean of the nursing division. So thank you for your support, and I'm putting you on the spot as you made a potential commitment of helping this cause, right? You did? And the commitment still coming through? Absolutely. Okay, lovely. Thank you. We would like to thank the CMO for her remarks. She had to, as you can imagine, she's extremely busy, so she had to leave, but thank you to the Chief Medical Officer. Oh, where were you? Okay, well, you were busy, but just at the back of the room, sorry. So, Dr. Simone Keyser Beach, thank you so much for your eye-opening statistics, especially, and the potential, showing us the potential of how to use this. Thank you to the Health Promotion Unit, Shanika, and Shanice, sorry, forgive me. We started, everybody here, I mean, you guys, I don't think persons realize the critical work you do in making all of this possible. All your representatives here, we truly do appreciate it, and we look forward to many more evening meetings and ad hoc meetings that we just do whatever we have to do to make it possible. Thank you to One St. Vincent Group. Sorry, before I just like to do things in a certain order, so I'd like to also thank again Sister Sandrina Hamilton, the ward manager of the oncology department and the entire oncology department. Sorry to put you through all those Zoom calls and meetings, and I know you look forward to more collaboration now that we're past the COVID phase, because that's another force. I don't think such an initiative has ever had to be planned in the middle of a worldwide pandemic before. We did a lot of this planning under Zoom COVID-19 restrictions. So thank you so much. Thank you to Vaughan St. Vincent Group SVG for producing the banners that you see here today. Thank you so much to Fanfare Events for this lovely deco. I mean, we used to have Rotary Club meetings in this room, and I nearly don't recognize the room. It looks lovely. Thank you to Don Digital's Artwork SVG for the stickers on the polos. Okay, the stickers, thanks. Thank you to Addy Designs SVG for designing the logo. So that anytime you see this official logo, that's us. That's us. All right. Mr. Oral Ford of SVG for providing the shorts. Thank you so much, sir. I don't think he's here, but thank you. Scotch SVG, Dr. Joseph Miller, we really appreciate those remarks that you gave, and it was almost heart-wrenching for me when you mentioned that amount of $3,000. And I think one of the first things we could do, well, two parts, as the CMO said, making sure, one, less and less persons need to even access any money for treatment. So less and less persons even reach into the stage which they need money. And two, raising that ceiling while still accessing the same amount of people. So that's a major challenge. But thank you, Dr. Joselle Miller, President, for your remarks. Thank you to Flotus Ultra SBG for providing those lovely influencer boxes. I wish I could be an influencer too, but we can't all be good at everything. And the tag and share. Oh, okay, yes. Oh, tag and share floaters when you unbox. Oh, okay, sorry. Sorry, this is modern, the modern. So before you would have probably put out a news bulletin or something, but now it's tag and share, right? So you will tag and share. Rotary Club of St. Vincent, Ministry of Health, Wellness and Environment, Health Promotion Unit, Floaters. Scott should have a page, right? So you could tag and share. Yeah, I'll get there. Budgemart, we're almost here. Budgemart Inc., SBG, for providing the folders as well as some shirts. Thank you very much, Budgemart. Wave Life Photography SVG. That's the photographer. Thank you, sir. You've been awesome. I hope we didn't damage any equipment. Eh? All right, thanks. Management and staff at Grenadine House, thank you for being so accommodating to us. You've been lovely today for the use of your conference room. We really appreciate it, and thanks for the support. And definitely not least, last but definitely not least, the representatives of the print, broadcast, and digital media here today, including IKTV. No, I shouldn't have said when I said the least. I wanted to leave the last thank you to somebody who I think is the epitome of determination, dedication to community service, and excellence when it comes to organizing and ensuring that persons really get the best out of anything, and that's Dr. Janelle Allen, immediate past president of the Rotary Club of St. Vincent. Janelle is somebody you could ask to do something and equally ask for guidance on something. And you could close your eyes and know that it will get done. She worked along with the ambassador and the embassy. I really wish, thank you, Joanne, and you need to remind me, is it Peter? No, is it Ken?
Yes.
Ken, I wish Ken could be here today. Ken used to be the secretary at the, one of the secretaries at the embassy, and he was instrumental in working along with Janelle. And Janelle would have worked immensely to make this possible. And we really want to give her thanks from the bottom of our hearts. We thank, of course, the host, who, if I continue 1 minute more, will kick me off of this podium. Past President Annette Mark, who's been our anchor from since, I don't know, we call her the disaster president, not because she's a disaster, but because she's carried us through COVID and a volcano simultaneously. So past President Annette, thank you so much for hosting these activities today. I really hope I didn't omit anyone. It's not intentional. And I just want to thank you to all fellow Rotarians here as well. Mikasha, Sam, and everybody assisting. Secretary Felicia, we really thank you all. Thank you to the media. VC3, IKTV. I think SVG TV. I want to name them by names. API. Who else has been helping us out? WeFM. So I should just list out all the names just in No, really thank you to the media from the bottom of our hearts. We really want this to get as much attention because of the type of project that it is. it will depend on the engagement of regular citizens like myself and others to really get the message out. So thank you everybody for sacrificing your time this morning to be here, and we really appreciate it and do hope you continue to partner with us on future projects. I pass back over to President.
Actually,
as the records voted.
Longest vote of thanks, but thank you, President Daniel, and thank you to everyone for being here this morning, and we look forward to engaging with you going forward. Thank you again.
Thank you.